Hey, what's up? It's Dean Soto with ProSulum.com. PROSULUM.com. Yes, I have to spell it because the branding is not good. But we might have some rebranding coming up. We shall see because I just hired a branding kind of marketing and branding specialist. So we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, pulling out my stuff. Subscribe if you are not subscribed yet. We're going to be talking about some cool stuff in the near future. If you're a lazy businessman like me, or if you're not and you want to be a lazy businessman like me and you want to have tons of time in your hands, just like the story that I'm going to tell you right now today, then you're going to want to subscribe. So hit the subscribe button, bam, and let's get going. All right, so my dog got bit by a rattlesnake. So we live on 20 acres in California, and it's been a very cold California season this winter and a very rainy one. And apparently, we've only been here 2 years, but apparently that means that there's a lot of rattlesnakes that show up because of that. And I did not know this. It was not something I expected. But my Cane Corso was out there, and so she has this habit. She has this habit of going into these little gopher holes, sniffing them. And if she smells something in there, she's like, "Oh, I want to go." And she starts digging in, pops her nose in there again. Dig. Dig. Well, apparently, I actually didn't see it. I didn't even hear a yelp or anything like that. Apparently, she got bit. You can actually see the little bite marks on her, like right below her snout right here. She got bit, and her face just puffed up, like right here. She has jowls that just go over, like they go over her chin now. Well. And it's so sad to see. But the cool thing is that we had actually gotten the rattlesnake vaccine. We got the rattlesnake vaccine just a couple weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago, maybe even a week ago, April 15th. So tax day is when we got the we got the vaccine, and then we got the booster, which was on the 15th. So we should be good there. However, it threw a little monkey wrench in the day, right? I did not plan on taking my dog to the vet to see what happened, and the vet's like, yeah, it's definitely a rattlesnake bite. And so we got all this stuff taken care of for her. She's resting in her crate right now. However, man, yeah, it took time. It took about an hour and a half out of my day. And then on top of that, some of the focus of the last few days has actually not been work, right? If you listen to the podcast, the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast, go to iTunes, subscribe there, check it out. Freedom in 5 Minutes, bam. That is the podcast. I try and do it every day, but sometimes it goes a little bit long. But there we were talking about, I was talking about how the focus, I just posted it today actually, the focus for me right now is my body. Sounds really weird, and you're gonna wonder, you're probably thinking, what is okay? You're going from dog getting bitten by a rattlesnake to now you're focusing on your body. I don't even understand. Well, so go listen to that podcast episode because that is where all of my power has been draining. I've been good in business, been good spiritually, been pretty good with the family, but my body, exercising, getting fit, all that other stuff has been kind of where all my energy is. It's like a big hole in a ship. Unless I patch that hole, it's not going to move. Well, what does that mean? That means that I have to put more emphasis on my body. So the dog getting bit meant that I couldn't do my normal stretching, my flexibility exercise. I use an app called ROMWOD, ROMWOD, to become way more flexible, and I am becoming way more flexible, which is great. Training in jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, things like that. And another big thing is spending most of the day out on the land, weed whacking, doing things on the land, building stuff. We're trying to get pallets to go and build gardens and things like that, but doing a lot of stuff on the land during the day. Because I've already set up the systems, if you look at past videos, I've already set up the systems that allow my guys, my staff, to run my business for me, right? And so the whole point of this is, with the rattlesnake bite, with being out on the land doing all this other stuff, is actually having clear systems. But more importantly, in this particular episode, I want to say having clear expectations, clear key performance indicators. So this morning, every morning at around 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time, I have my staff meeting with my guys over in the Philippines. And one of the things that we talked about today was our lead generation stuff. We do cold emails for lead generation. And part of that is customizing each email to the lead that we're actually reaching out to. And one of the things that kept this day going without a hitch, even though my dog got bit by a rattlesnake, even though I needed to go and weed 5 acres, because I have 20 acres, but 5 acres is fenced off. And I have to weed pretty much all of those 5 acres to maintain fire code. Not all of it, but a good amount. My wife wants me to weed all of it pretty much, which is fine. Which is great. I love my wife. She's amazing. What allows me to do that is not just the systems. Systems are great. Systems and documented processes, and that's the big thing at Prosulum, is having documented processes, being able to do that in 5 minutes and so on. However, the big thing for out there to know that when I'm out there, things are getting done effectively, is having what are called key performance indicators, and having the courage to say, these are what I expect from you. Okay? Real numbers. These are exactly what I expect from you, real numbers wise. So on this call, my dog had not gotten bit by the snake yet. On this call, we were talking about how my team, the ones that are doing lead generation, the ones who are doing it part-time, like 20 hours a week, for them, every week they should be able to get between 180 to 300 emails sent, cold emails, done, right? And that might sound like a lot, but guess who's already done this? Guess who has already done the work and knows how fast you can do something? Me. So I understand this. I understand how it works. So now that, because I understand how it works, I created the system, and now that the system's there, I can say, here are the key performance indicators. Here are the metrics that I'm going to grade you on. Because yes, you can spend 20 hours working per week, but if you only send 50 emails, I know that something's wrong. It's either me, because I did not teach you or I did not have the system correct, or it's you. Because if I have 3 people and 2 of them are able to meet that key performance indicator, including myself, maybe I'll be the 4th, but this one person cannot meet it and drops below what it actually is, there's a pretty good indicator that it's actually that person. But if 4 people can't even come close to reaching that, then perhaps the system, or perhaps the way that I've trained the process, I don't even like to say training, but the system or process, there's something wrong in that. And so we can go and then deep dive into that. But there's another factor. I'm getting messages all over the place. There's another factor that is extremely important, that allows me to be out there while most people are on their 9-to-5 job. Most business owners are in their business and cannot just go out and spend time like that out doing physical stuff. And that is having the courage to set those up, but then having the courage to say these are the actual expectations. So, for example, in my Slack channel that I have for my team, I said these are the expected metrics. I know that I can reach them. Once you guys feel comfortable with this, or if you're already comfortable with this, you should be able to reach these too, right? And having the courage to actually say that, because for me, it's not comfortable, right? I'm just not that type of person to say, hey, here's the standard, you got to meet it. If you're not meeting it, something's wrong. It's either you or it's the training. But if 3 people can meet it and you can't, something's wrong with you, right? And I might have to let you go or move you into something else. It's having that courage to make that happen. So going from the dog who got bit by a rattlesnake to working outside to clear metrics, the whole idea, the whole reason why I brought all that stuff up is because even with all of those different things, because I had key performance indicators, because I had the courage to even lay it out, what are the expected metrics for these people, or for my staff to reach out to people, despite all of this other stuff that's happening outside of business, the business still moves. This business still grows. Right? My sales team can still get leads coming in despite me not being around. It's despite me doing that type of stuff, handling rattlesnake bites. So why is this important? It's important because right now, if you truly look at your business right now, do you have clear metrics in the things that are most important to you? Do you have clear metrics? I didn't have clear metrics for a long time, and things went well, things went okay, but it never, I could never give bonuses. I can never have steady leads or anything like that until I have clear metrics. So where are you at right now with your metrics? Where are you at? How many leads are you reaching out to every month? Is your staff reaching out to every month? How many times do you have to touch customers? Touch customers not in a physical way, but go back and forth with customers before they give you a referral. How often do you ask for referrals? Whatever the metric is, what is the metric? What are the metrics that are important to you, and are you actually doing them? And do you have the courage to tell your staff to do them? Do you have a system around it? Those are the things that are extremely, extremely important if you want to have freedom, if you want to have the freedom in 5 minutes. Because each 5 minutes that you create a system, at least with my Prosulum clients, know that every 5-minute video that they create means freedom. It's a system that's created. You create a 5-minute video showing how to do something, VA documents it for you, and it's done. Right? Freedom. However, with that freedom also comes responsibility. Responsibility for giving a system of how to measure when something is actually being done correctly, right? All that being said, do you have those metrics? And if you don't, what's one thing that you can implement right now? Usually it's either lead generation, or it might be how many referral calls your sales teams are making, checking up on customers and asking for referrals, whatever it might be. What is the metric that you right now, if you implemented and you had the courage to say, hey, this is where we're going to go, that it would completely transform your business? What's just that one metric that you can implement, have the courage to give to your staff, that would allow you to have that freedom and allow you to continue to grow your business without you having to be a part of it necessarily, or at least to be able to measure what your business is doing and how many new leads and things like that are coming. What's that one metric? So that's that. Hopefully I don't get any more rattlesnakes coming. It's going to be I highly doubt that because it's going to be an interesting summer. I might just have to go and take a long vacation with my family or something. But anyway, Dean Soto, prosulum.com. Go check out prosulum, prosulum.com. Go check out the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast as well. If you're not subscribed there, subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, all these other places. I think we're at episode 72. Pretty cool. And super short. It's like 15 minutes long each episode around there. Sometimes we go a little bit shorter, sometimes a little longer. And then subscribe to the YouTube channel for more awesome stuff like this. All right. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, please comment below and I will answer that question in the next video. All right. All right. DeanSotoProSulum.com. Catch you in the next video.